Hello, hello. Okay. Alrighty. Hi. So, today in Kedra's kitchen, I'm going to be making a natural cough syrup, okay? In addition to the coronavirus, it is also allergy season, and allergies have kind of hit me hard a little this year, particularly because I'm in a new location. I'm in Florida instead of being in Georgia. And so I guess my body is still trying to get acclimated to, Florida vibes here. Okay. So I need to make a cough syrup. I have a little bit of a cough. It's not a corona cough. It is very much an allergy cough. Okay. So one of the things that I like to do in my kitchen, in addition to cooking, is I like to make natural stuff. I do not take any medicine. I do everything natural. So I'm going to make some natural cough syrup today, okay? What I have is, I have some licorice root, okay? Licorice root is an anti-inflammatory, so that's going to be really good for my cough. It's going to calm down the tissues that are being agitated. I have some thyme, some fresh thyme from my, oh, that smells so good, from my thyme plant that I have. So we're going to add this in there. Thyme is a good cough suppressant. All right. And it's going to relax. Again, that's going to also relax those tissues when from coughing as well. Okay. And it's a good, did I say it's a good cough suppressant? It's a good cough suppressant. Okay. I have some some local honey that I picked up today. See that cough right there. We're about to get rid of all of that. I have some local honey that I picked up today. Local honey is good. Now, whether you're making cough syrup or not, okay, you want to get local honey. Stop buying the honey in the Walmart and the Publix and the Kroger and the Winn-Dixie, okay? Get some local honey. Local honey is very good because it helps you build up a resistance to the allergens in the area where you're at, okay? So this one comes from the region of, since I'm in Florida, I'm in northern Florida. This one comes from the region of northern Florida and southern Georgia. So, and that's considered local, okay? So it's going to help me build up a resistance to the allergens in this area, in this region. If I were to move and go somewhere else out to California, then I would want to get their local honey because it's going to help me build up a resistance to the allergens in that area. All right. I have asthma, so the recipe does not necessarily call for black seed oil, but I'm going to add some black seed oil because number one, it supports immune health and immune function, which is very important right now. And I'm gonna be doing some more videos on doing like building up your immune system naturally with using like herbs. This is still food, so herbs and spices and stuff like that, because that's very important right now, especially with the coronavirus going on. So but I'm gonna add a little bit of black seed oil to this because I have asthma, and black seed oil is good for immunity, immune health, and also respiratory health. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of that because my cough always agitates my asthma a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that to my cough syrup. When I'm all done, I'm going to put it in this little jar. I'm going to funnel it in here. All right, and it's actually a very very simple recipe. You can make this at home. Duh, because I'm making it at home. I got this. So just if you're wondering where you can purchase these items, okay, go to, for your local honey, all I did, because I'm still new to this area, so all I did was I typed in Google local honey, and stores came up that had local honey. I found this really nice store here that I'm probably going to go to, keep going to. It's called Hobbies Honey. All right, and you can look it up online. They have some good stuff in there. Like, I always felt like a kid in a candy shop. You can look it up online. No matter where you are, they will ship it to you. I mean, you don't want to get the local honey, but they have a lot of other stuff on there. You don't want to get the local honey unless you're in this area, okay? but they have a lot of other stuff on there. I got some, I got a spice while I was there. I want to try that out. Okay. But just look up local honey for your area, and you can find that. Again, if you are just now joining me, I'm making natural cough syrup, okay? And I'm talking about the local honey. Stop buying the honey in the Walmart. Stop buying the honey in the Publix, the Kroger, the Winn-Dixie. Find you some local honey, okay? Kill two birds with one stone. Put it in your tea and be healthy, okay? Local honey helps you build up a natural resistance to the allergens in your area, all right? So find you some local honey, and that's going to go in my cough syrup. I found this licorice root at an apothecary store, all right? Apothecary store just is like... for somebody like me, it's heaven on earth. But you go in and it's just like herbs everywhere, natural stuff everywhere, herbs, natural syrups, everything natural, okay? So look up apothecary store in your area if you want to find some licorice root. You can also look up like a herb store, natural herbs, and they should have it there too. But apothecary is specifically where I went to, apothecary store. And here in Jacksonville, it is Auntie Peaches, which is a pretty well-known place, okay? So just look up apothecary store, all right? And then I have my thyme. I actually have a plant now, a thyme plant. So yeah, my thyme is fresh, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna get started with I'm gonna do just about, because my container is not that big, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a small amount, okay? And this is about a cup, maybe a little bit over a cup of water, all right? I'm gonna add this, and as I add that up, I am going to turn my stove onto high. And give me just a second. Let me get a rubber spatula right quick. All right. I'm going to turn it up to high, okay? I'm also going to add, I'm going to put everything in here. So I'm going to add about an ounce to maybe an ounce and a half of licorice root in there. And we're going to bring all of this to a boil. Good enough, okay? So I already have the stove on. Looks like I need to clean my stove because it got some oil on it. All right, I'm gonna put about maybe a half a cup of honey in here, okay? Yes, thank you, Mom. Please share this video, like Kedra's Kitchen, and share it. I'm gonna start getting into more doing, even though, you know, that's more than what I said I was going to do, but we're going to let it ride. I'm going to start doing more, in addition to, like, you know, cooking and stuff like that. More of these natural home recipes, remedies as well. I have another recipe, like specifically for allergies. And I'll probably do that video maybe tomorrow, if I have everything for it. I got to make sure I have everything for it first. Okay. So that was the local honey that went in there. I'm going to go ahead and throw, actually, you know what? Because I put so much honey, I'm just going to get just a little bit of water. Okay. So give me just a second. All right. Just a tad bit water is going to go in there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add the thyme in there, and just add it in there. And I'm going to bring all of this to a boil and let it steep, okay? And then I'm going to also add my black seed oil. Again, if you are just joining me, I am making a natural cough syrup. I have a bit of a cough. It's not from the corona. All right, so don't be calling me talking about those are corona symptoms. It's not, okay? I have allergies, and I am in a new location. This is my first time experiencing allergy season here in Florida, so my body is still trying to adjust, okay? And then I'm going to add some black seed oil because, like I said, I have asthma, and this is good for respiratory health. And see, it's already starting to boil because I didn't put that much in there. So it's already starting to boil. But I have asthma, so if you have any kids, if you have any kids, if you have asthma, if you have any kids that has asthma, this black seed oil is good. It's good for respiratory health. And then it's also good too. We're in a time where we need to build up our immune systems. And so this is good for immune health as well. And I'm just going to pour. That's a good enough amount. How do I know the amounts? I have the recipe calls for, the actual recipe calls for 2 cups of water, 1 cup of honey, about 1 ounce of thyme, and 1 ounce of licorice root. But I'm not making that full recipe because I want to fit it into my jar. So I'm just kind of just eyeballing what I'm doing. Okay, so like I cut it. So when I cook and we get a recipe, you know, we have to sometimes either double it or cut it in half. And when you've been cooking for a while, you kind of know what a cup looks like, a half a cup, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. Teaspoon, tablespoon. So that's how I'm able to just eyeball it, because I do it already with food when I cook. All right, so we're gonna let that steep just for a little while. Okay, I want it to reduce down to probably about half, because it's gonna pull the water out, more of the water out, and then it's gonna thicken up. Right, so the longer that I let it sit and boil, then it's gonna thicken up, and then so I'm gonna let it reduce down to half. Okay, when it comes out, you can use cheesecloth. I don't have any cheesecloth. I need to find some, but I'm gonna use this called a sieve, or sometimes you guys may use it to put some powdered sugar in it or whatever over your food. This is called a sieve. All I'm gonna do is I'm going to get a measuring cup. And once this has reduced down, I'm just going to pour this over the sieve into the measuring cup and strain out, because that thyme, once that thyme heats up, oh yeah, it's thickening up, you guys. Once that thyme heats up, those leaves are going to fall off of the stems. And then we have that licorice root in there, and I don't want to drink bark, okay? So we're just going to strain all of that, all right? If you are just joining me, let me catch you up. I am making a natural cough syrup, okay? I try to do most of everything holistically, naturally. I do not take medicine. So while I'm in the kitchen cooking shrimp and grits and brioche, French toast, and fried chicken and all of that other stuff, then I'm also in here working on natural remedies, because I don't want to take medicine. And I feel like my immune system is so much stronger because I don't subscribe to, you know, traditional medicine. So I am making a natural cough syrup. One thing, if you're just now getting on here, one thing that's really important that I kind of really want to stress is this local honey. If you're able to find local honey in your area, please get some. And please, this is for you, for like, if you're trying to be healthy, then even if you're not trying to be healthy, just get it anyway. Local honey. It's a lot more expensive. Not really a lot more expensive, but it is more expensive than if you were, just a little bit more expensive if you were to buy it in the Walmart, the Kroger, the Publix, the Winn-Dixie, whatever, the Giant, whatever your store is. Hey, Justin. But local honey is very, very good because it helps you build up a resistance to the allergens in your area. So you can add this to tea. You can add this to the cough syrup that I'm making. Whatever you add honey to, even if you want to add it to your smoothies, you can add it to your smoothies. But just that being that it's local, then it helps you build up that resistance. And I'll give you kind of like a example of what local is. I'm in northern Florida, and when I went to purchase this, local was considered the northern Florida region and the southern Georgia region. Then they had one for central Florida, and then they had one for southern Florida. All right, I didn't get those obviously because I'm not in those regions. Okay, but please stop buying that honey in the store. Find you some local honey. And since I'm still fairly new to Jacksonville, I just looked it up on Google. I typed in local honey, and this store came up. Okay. Hobbies Honey. If you're in Florida, then you may want to check them out. If you're in the area, then you can go pick it up. But they also ship too. So go on their website. They have like a whole bunch of other stuff. They had elderberry and what was it? Elderberry and something. I forgot what it was. But I'm definitely going back to get some more stuff from there. Go check them out, please. HOBYS Honey. All right, and they'll ship to you wherever you are. You may not be able to get the local honey if you're outside of this area, but they'll ship to you wherever you are. Okay. So it looks like my mixture is reducing down. I'm just gonna give it just a few more minutes. For those of you who are just now joining, I use local honey. I use licorice root. I have some fresh thyme in there from my thyme plant, and some water. And the recipe does not call for it, but I added black seed oil because I have asthma, and so my cough, which is not a COVID cough, it is a allergy cough. Okay, it's good for respiratory health and immune health. Okay. All right. So this looks like we are just about done. I'm about to bring you in a little closer and let you see what we're working with over here. All right. Got a nice little boil going on. Okay. It doesn't smell the best, but I mean, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and strain this. Again, I have a sieve. Okay. And I'm just gonna set my sieve. Look how I just fit in there. Look at God. Oh, spoke too soon because now it's too heavy. All right. I'm gonna set my sieve in here in the measuring cup, and I'm just gonna pour it out to strain all of that licorice root and any thyme that may have fallen off the stem. All right, and there we have it. Okay. It's still hot. That's okay. I have a glass jar. So, did I see something fall in there anyway? Nope. Okay. And then here we have this cough syrup. Okay. This is probably going to thicken up. It is going to thicken up. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let me scoot you back a little bit more so you can see. All right, I'm gonna take my little medicine container, and you can get these on Amazon, okay? And I'm just going to use my funnel. There it is. I knew I saw you fall in there. I'm gonna use my funnel. And this was perfect. This filled this glass all the way up. Like to the top, all the way up. See? I knew I was eyeballing it correctly. All right, that's very hot. So I'm actually going to let this cool off while it is hot. All right. Oh yeah, I can get you the steam therapy recipe. No problem. But so I'm going to let this cool off. What I'm not going to do while it is still hot, I am not going to put the top on it, and I am not going to refrigerate it, okay? Because then bacteria is going to build up in there, and I don't want that, because we're trying to get healthy, okay? Not put more bacteria up in you. All right, so I'm just gonna let it sit, and bam, I can take this about 3 or 4 times a day. Okay, take maybe about I would say about, I'm gonna do a tablespoon. Okay, so I probably take if you do a teaspoon, I would do it like 4 times a day. If you do a tablespoon, I would do about maybe 3 times a day. Okay, and there you have it. That's natural cough syrup. Now, how you want to store it once this cools down, again, let it cool down with no top on it. All right, do not put it in the refrigerator yet. Okay, how you store it, it doesn't matter. If you want to put it in the refrigerator, you can. Okay, you don't have to. If you want to just set it out in your medicine cabinet, you can do that as well. All right, but that's how you store it. All right, that is all for the well, you want to see it again? It's hot, so I'm trying not to. All right, and it filled. What I did is I filled it all the way up. Okay, I mean the amount that I made was able to fill that all the way up. All right. So let me see. I have some questions. See that cough right there? That's what we're about to get rid of right quick. All right, so yeah, so I'll go over the ingredients again. I use local honey. I use licorice root. You need some water. I did black seed oil only because I have asthma, but you don't have to put black seed oil in it, and thyme. Okay, so those 4 ingredients: water, licorice root, local honey, thyme. That's it. I added black seed oil because I have asthma, and black seed oil is good for respiratory health. Okay, so yeah, Courtney, you got it. If anybody else has any questions, you can go ahead and type them in here, and I'll answer them. So the steam therapy that I do, I've been posting it on my page. The steam therapy that I do, it varies, but I'll tell you the most important items that you can put into your steam therapy. Okay, especially for this time. I use fresh eucalyptus. And you can order it. Hit me up, and I'll give you the link that you can order it. My code may still be good to get $5 off of it. All right, but you can also sometimes find it at Whole Foods, but not all the time. I went in there today to find some more eucalyptus, and I couldn't find any, so I had to go to an herb store and get the eucalyptus oil. You can also find the eucalyptus oil at I've gotten it from Five Below before. They have it in the like in that whole little incense area or whatever. But I do essential oil or raw eucalyptus leaves, peppermint oil, cinnamon is a key ingredient. Okay, and then that's when I get to add in like lavender, because for the soothing effect. Orange peels, you could do lemons, you could do limes, anything herbal. Bay leaves, you can put some thyme in there because thyme is very good. You could put all of that into your steam and just steam. I actually have a pot sitting over here that I'm about to get rid of and make a fresh new one. But I steam like twice a day. I do one in the morning and one before I go to bed, and it really it keeps all of this open. Okay, and when you're finished with steaming, then you'll notice that your mucus will start coming down, which is what you want anyway. You're trying to pull that mucus out. Okay, But that eucalyptus is a key ingredient to steaming. Eucalyptus oil and peppermint oil, okay? And then, like I said, bay leaves, thyme, any herbs that you can find. You want to put some basil in there. Basil has good medicinal uses. So any herb is good, okay? Any herb. But definitely that eucalyptus, no specific type of water, because once you boil, once you bring it to a boil, that anything that's in faucet water, it'll boil it off, okay? So okay, Courtney, let's talk a little bit more, and I can see what she's struggling with, and I can tell you. I'm gonna do an allergy one tomorrow. I just need to make. I'm gonna do an allergy video tomorrow. I have an allergy syrup, but and I also have a ginkgo thyme tea, a ginkgo biloba and thyme tea, and that helps if she has asthma. That'll help with the asthma. But I'm gonna do an allergy video tomorrow for, it's a garlic ginkgo syrup. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I just need to make sure I have all the ingredients first before I do it, okay? Any specific type of water? Answered that. How many times do you use the same pot? So I do the same pot. I do it twice. So if you do it 3 times a day, then I will only save it for 2 days, okay? You can, in between uses, if you want to put it in the refrigerator, you can. If you just want to leave it on the stove and put a top over it, you can do that. But if I do it for like in the morning and then in the evening before I go to bed, then sometimes I can get about a 3-day use out of it before it starts. You can kind of look at the water too and kind of smell it and be like, okay, it's time to throw it out. All right, but usually roughly around 2 to 3 days to keep it as fresh as possible. All right, and it also too, one thing I like about the steam as well, it's you mean because you're holding your face in the steam, it, you know, makes your face all, your skin, it tightens your skin up, and my whole face just feels like rejuvenated afterwards. My lungs, my nasal passages, all of that feels good and rejuvenated afterwards. All right, I think that's all the questions. So I'm gonna do another video tomorrow. It's gonna be, it is a garlic ginkgo syrup, and it has garlic and ginkgo biloba in it. All right, and I will post the ingredients and the recipe to this cough syrup. I'll post it on my Kedra's Kitchen page. All right, so make sure that you like Kedra's Kitchen. Right, yeah. Make sure that you like Kedra's Kitchen so that you can get all of the posts and notifications and all that stuff. So I'm going to post the recipe to this cough syrup here pretty shortly for anybody who wants it, okay? Alrighty, thank you for coming into Kedra's Kitchen. We don't do just food, we do medicine too. Natural medicine, okay? Fresh herbs, spices, all of that stuff. We do it the healthy, natural way. All right, that's a good thing. That's one of the things I like being like in the kitchen and as a chef or whatever. You learn different things about like the different herbs and stuff like that, and that's kind of what got me interested. I was like, this actually, what got me interested was this. I was working at this restaurant, and one of the line cooks is from St. Lucia, and he used to bring me this basil and moringa tea like every day, and it was so good. So I started asking him, like, what is, you know, the benefits of the moringa, what is the benefits of the basil, and he would tell me other stuff to do. He gave me this book. I had to give it back, but he gave me gave me this book to look through, and I was like, I really like this. So that's when I really started getting into using foods as you know, holistically and as for medicinal purposes. All right, so we cook shrimp and grits, and we make cough syrup in Kedra's Kitchen. Okay. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the ginkgo, the allergy syrup, the ginkgo garlic syrup, okay? Peace.